Hey, what's going on, everybody? Trying to think of like a good way to like introduce myself on these videos or like start it off because I really don't want to hit you guys with another video. But I am back with another video. Actually, the other day I got in the car and I started recording a video, but I had a couple problems with the audio because I didn't test it first, and I didn't do that again today. But I feel like the settings that I changed on my microphone should most likely fix that problem. So I don't know for sure. Hopefully I won't record another half an hour of video only for the audio to be coming out of one channel and then not have the patience to actually separate the audio track and fix it and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that this video will be a little bit better today. And also, I got my car recording video jitters out of the way. The other video that I did was actually just not great. I don't want to be too hard on myself because it was my first time doing it, and realistically I should just uploaded the video, but whatever. Learning experience, at the end of the day, net positive, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I feel a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera now, and I'm just hoping this one will turn out. But yeah, I just wanted to get in here and talk to you guys about some stuff, quick life update. Work has been going really well. I'm taking on some extra responsibility at work over the next month or so, it'll be a really good opportunity for myself to prove myself at a really critical time. It is stressful. I do work in cybersecurity, which is really fun, but it is very stressful. And not sorry, I don't want to say that it's stressful in a bad way, because I guess stress is associated with negative. I just want to do well, and I want to prove mostly to myself that I can do it, that I have what it takes to actually do well in the field that I've been dreaming of working in for I don't know, my whole life. The idea of being a computer hacker was so cool. So it's nice to be able to work in that field and stuff like that. But yeah, work is good. Relationship is amazing. Planning a lot of stuff with my fiance right now for our wedding and engagement party, and just a really good time in my life right now, filled with lots of love and happiness and tons of support from everybody around me. So feeling good, genuinely, I'm really feeling like life is starting to come together. But also, just a side note here, one thing I did notice in my other video that I recorded is that I say and way too much. So I'm really going to challenge myself through the course of this video to not say those words. So if it sounds like I'm trying too hard to talk, it's because I'm trying to correct my speech. That's about it. So I'll try not to think about it too much, but I know for sure that it's inevitably going to happen, and I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to get upset at myself and whatever. But anyway, moral of the story, life is good. I'm having a great time in all of the pursuits of life that I'm going into right now. I'm feeling very fulfilled. Don't say but there's some things I need to work on, mostly for my own mental health, just making sure that I can deal with the workload that I'm taking on right now, and making sure that I have a good life balance. I think that's really important. I'm gonna get the window down in a few minutes, just because we're out in the road, but you'll still be able to hear me, but we'll get some nice driving ambiance as well. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Crazy. Can I get the background and the glow on my face? Hell yeah, dude. Look at that shit. So yeah. But I want to make sure that when I'm getting on here to make these videos, that there's a reason. And I think I found a couple of good things that I can chat with you guys about while I'm just out for a drive. So, number one, making content for me is something new that I'm trying, and it still feels weird. This is unnatural to me. for context, I don't have any problem like public speaking or talking in front of a crowd or being the center of attention, like for what it is. But for whatever reason, when you put a camera in front of me, I freeze up, and it's just an unnatural thing. I guess it's just not normal to be talking to yourself. So what I've done now is I've started recording with the front-facing camera. So the picture will be a little bit worse, but I can see myself now, so it's almost like I am talking to myself. Little tip, definitely a good thing to like think about if you're trying to put like content online. Oh my God, I think I've said like 15 times already. This is insane. I'm really trying. Anyways, second thing, when you're recording videos, hold on. When you're recording videos, I think it's really important to make sure that you're in a place where you're comfortable and that isn't outside of your norm, right? So the first couple of videos I made, I was like going to weird places to like record the videos, and it just felt unnatural to me to be like stepping outside of where I need to be to record a video. So what I'm doing now is trying to record my life as it is in whatever state it's in. So is this the road I need to turn on? No, I'm good. Man, the road here is like 60 and people are driving more than that. So strange. Oh, it's one more road. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, like I was going way outside of like my comfort area when it came to like recording and stuff like that. And what I'm trying to do now is just make sure that when I'm recording a video, I'm doing so in a place that like is somewhere that I'm already at. So I'm off to the store, you know? I'm off to the store right now, and I decided that like while I'm driving, I'm just gonna record a video, you know? Why not? I love being in my car, I love driving my car, it sounds cool as hell. It's like my affordable dream car that I got way too early, and I'm gonna have to get rid of it eventually. I keep telling myself that, but it's been 3 years. But yeah, be somewhere where you're already normally at, where you're comfortable, where it's not out of your way, where you don't have to dedicate more time to it, because then you'll just feel like you have to do something additional in your day. And I think that's like the main thing that I've been trying to get away from is I don't want to feel like I have to step so far out of my routine and the things that I've been doing in order to put out a piece of content on the internet. It just makes it more tedious for me, and I'm really trying hard to find a lot of ways to enjoy something that is truly difficult for me, right? This is not something that comes natural to me. It's not something that I've done before. It's not something that I've ever even felt remotely encouraged to do, even though I should, because this is really awesome and fun to do, and I am having a great time doing it. It's just weird. It's just really weird, right? So a little bit of car ASMR, driving, and wind noises. I hope it's not too bad. Like if it's really, really bad, the next video I'll do it with the windows up and stuff like that. But it sounded good, like in the previous recording I did. The wind noise isn't too bad, like with the little fluffy guy that I have on here. So fingers crossed it comes out good the second time that I do it. Otherwise, I think I'll take it as a sign from the universe that car videos might not be the way to go. Anyways, so yeah, be comfortable. Make sure that you're in a space that you feel good about making the content, because being in my car makes this whole process feel so much more natural to me. I don't feel like I'm actually trying too hard to talk a certain way or be someone else or put on a voice or whatever. I felt like I was doing that in a lot of my other videos. So this just is like the place for me where I can just chill and hang out and vibe. I'm not going to say vibe, so I don't like date myself here, but it is very enjoyable to be in my car and recording these videos. Anyway, second thing I wanted to talk about. So a little bit more deeper. It's two things, and it has to do with relationships, which is a very important thing for a lot of people. I don't want to go out and say that this is relationship advice, and more so this is like life advice on something that I don't want to. It's something that I've learned along the way in my life, which has been very up and down up until this point. Things up until like the past couple of years, life has been rough. Life has been a journey filled with lots of learning experiences. So the advice goes like this. It's a two-parter. The first thing is that in terms of relationships, family, friends, business relationships, anything at all that is a relationship, it mostly pertains to like romantic relationships, but always make sure that before you pursue a relationship, specifically a romantic relationship, that all of the problems and skeletons in your closet have been 100% addressed. If not 100, 99, 98%, okay? If there's just a little bit of things that you might need to like have a good partner to help you overcome, but you're on the up and up of overcoming that, maybe. But I'm talking like you got to be damn sure that 98 is going to turn into 100 and not go the other way around, because it's really easy to go backwards. It's not easy to go forward. So you need to make sure, give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. Little good stretch of road. I'm not going to let it go to waste, but you need to make sure that everything that is wrong with you up here, it's taken care of, okay? You need, more importantly than anything, to make sure that you love yourself. You need to make sure that if you're alone with yourself in a room, that you can stand to be alone with yourself. It's so important to be able to love who you are and to be comfortable with the person that you are. You need to be 100% confident in every word that comes out of your mouth. You need to be sure that there's nothing that comes from problems in your childhood or in your life or in previous relationships that creeps up into your current relationship. There's not many things that I can imagine that are worse than you ruining something that could be really good because you didn't take care of something in your life that ended up bleeding into one of your relationships. Just to put the fear of God in you, okay, or the fear of whatever you believe in. You could potentially meet somebody that is the one, okay, if that's a thing. I do think that it's a thing, but you could meet somebody that's the one, right? Like, you know, you've never been so sure of something in your life, and you could mess it up because you let problems that you didn't address bleed into a relationship with somebody that could have been a game changer for you. That could have been everything. It could have been your wife, your husband, your business partner, a good friend that you had. It could be anything. You need to make sure, oh, this road is crazy. You need to make sure that you have your shit figured out, okay? Because nothing will hurt more than something really good failing, and it was your fault, and it was entirely preventable. It was entirely preventable, okay? And this kind of bleeds into the second part, which I'll get into later, but most important, you have to make sure that you love yourself and that all of the problems that you have, like mentally, are taken care of. You have to. It is so important that you address the problems that you're having in your life, because some people will not handle that. Some people don't have the capacity to take that on. And even if they do, some people don't want to, right? There's a lot of people, actually, that will not take on other people's problems in a relationship, okay? So you have to make sure that you have your shit figured out. Secondly, let's say you do have your shit figured out, okay? You're one of the lucky few that managed to work through your problems, you're feeling good, and you finally end up in some kind of relationship. Again, most of this advice is going to pertain mostly to a romantic relationship, but it can apply to any plethora of relationships that you can imagine. You don't have to accept other people's problems or feel the need to fix them, okay? I'll say it again. You don't have to accept other people's problems or feel the need to fix them. It's that simple. And I'll kind of walk you through what I mean by that, because it sounds complicated, it sounds strange, I guess, if you're hearing this for the first time, but it's really not, okay? You don't have to accept other people's problems, and you don't have to feel the need to fix them. When you're in a relationship, especially early on, okay, this applies to any stage of a relationship, okay? If somebody has something, or is dealing with something, or is acting a certain way because they don't have their shit figured out, you don't have to feel bad for not wanting that, okay? I'm going to leave it at that for a second. I'm going to explain something very important. Very, very, very important. And this will apply to, like, pretty much life in general. This is not, like, strictly relationship advice, actually. Something that life has taught me is that very often we don't actually know what we want in life, in relationships, in work, in our professional pursuits, in our personal pursuits, in our hobbies. What we actually want or like is, for some reason, like a foreign concept to us, okay? But if you really pay attention and focus and think about it, life teaches you everything that you don't want. When your parents acted a certain way or did a certain thing to you, right? You need to internalize that, or think about, not internalize that, don't get the wrong message here. You need to think about that, and you need to ask yourself, is this something that I would want to repeat? Or is this behavior something that I would want to repeat if I had a child? Probably not. So this is something that you don't want, right? But in learning the things that you don't want, you are reducing the amount of negative things that are going to be affecting you in your life, and therefore open up the opportunity for the things that you do truly want, even though you don't know them, but the things that you do truly want to happen in your life, okay? So important to take inventory of the things that happen in your life that are negatives, and realize that when you are looking for whatever it is you're looking for in life in the future, that you're making sure that those things don't have what you don't want, or that you get what I'm saying. You don't want any of the things that you don't want and the things that you're looking for, okay? So if we can apply this to relationships, which, again, is the focus of what this information is for, you think about it like this. If you get into a relationship with somebody that has trust issues, okay, it's not your responsibility to fix those trust issues, especially if you didn't do anything in order for them to be distrustful of, okay? This whole idea of you're going to be that person that helps them get past their trust issues and stuff like that, no. That's something that has to come from them. Because if they truly have trust issues, no matter what you do, unless there's a miracle, or you're God, or like some kind of miracle worker, there's nothing that you can do to help that person overcome those trust issues. All that's going to happen is that they're just not going to trust you, and it's going to be frustrating for you, and then in turn it's going to make the relationship bad, and then it's going to not work out. So why go through the pain of that to begin with? If you notice that somebody is not trusting of you, and you didn't do anything wrong, then please take it upon yourself to try at least to have a discussion about it. And if they don't want to do anything about it, or are they truly making you feel like it is your responsibility for you to fix their trust issues and to be a certain way and to not do certain things, you need to get out. Especially if you're not married or like it's not that serious, just get out. I promise you, maybe you were having a great time. It's not going to be a great time in the long run. Get out. You deserve better than that, especially if you have your shit figured out. So, something to think about, okay? If you're with somebody and they have anger issues, or they make you feel like shit 24/7, or they're a huge source of burden in your life because they don't listen to you, whatever it is, right? If you have your shit figured out and these people are being the way that they are and you don't enjoy it, then you don't have to stay. You don't have to feel bad for leaving either. You have to realize that being selfish for your happiness doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a negative to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Remember, the first point is to make sure that you love yourself, that you're happy with yourself, that you got your shit figured out, that it's all sorted, right? You have to make sure that your life is put together before you start pursuing somebody in a relationship. It doesn't make sense otherwise to start pursuing a relationship and then have your problems bleed into the relationship. So now you can see this almost circle of garbage that you would be creating, where maybe the person you're with has their shit figured out, you don't, you perpetuate you project your insecurities and problems and bullshit onto that other person. It ends up ruining the relationship or souring it in a way that's just like remotely irreversible, and it's just a problem. Take it upon yourself to make sure that you have your shit figured out. And secondly, take it upon yourself to make sure that you realize that it's not your responsibility to fix other people, fix other people's problems, or accept other people's issues that they haven't corrected, okay? Unless you're the source of the problem, then it's not your responsibility. Like, if you cheat on somebody, well, then you're not a good person to begin with. But make sure that you take it upon yourself to just understand that very, very simple fact that it's not your responsibility to deal or fix or correct or address other people's problems. You can recognize them. You can talk about them with the person to ask if this is, how they feel, if they're working on it. Is there something that, like any resources that you can help with them? But you don't have to be the person that does the fixing. I promise you, unless you're some kind of miracle worker, it's just gonna be overall a bad experience for you every single time, okay? So just think about these two things hand in hand and really try your best to understand how important that is, okay? I just realized I drive with my knees sometimes, not good, or I should say my car drives itself. That's what I'm gonna say, because I don't know if you're allowed to do that. This entire video was generated by AI, actually, so I wonder if that'll get flagged in the algorithm for saying that. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on relationships and stuff like that. I'll have something else to talk about next time I hop in the car and feel like I want to talk about something. So far, so good with the content. Every day I've put out either a short, a TikTok, or a video, if not twice a day. So props to me. I'm feeling good about doing this. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad that I can come out here and share some wisdom and some advice with people, and just, even for me, this is a little bit therapeutic. It's nice to come out here, and I already know these things, but reinforcing them by saying them feels nice to hear for myself. Even though it doesn't really apply to me right now, I know I have my shit figured out. I'm always improving. That's something, a pause. Don't think because you have your shit figured out that you're good. Life is a constant game of improvement. If you, even for a minute, think that you've done it all and now you're like the best version of yourself, buddy, you got to realize that the best version of yourself is the version of you that works on himself or herself every single day. There is no static version of yourself that will never improve. Every day that you're not improving, you're either staying the same or getting worse. And that's just the reality of it. So you have to make sure that you're working on yourself every day. However that is, that's up to you. Okay, whether it's therapy, whether it's meditation, whether it's, being involved in some kind of physical activity or sport or spiritual practice or religion, whatever it is. Oh man, this road is just so good. Whatever it is, hold on guys. Buckle up. I'm about to hit this. Gotta slow down now because I would like to be a safe driver, even though I was driving the speed limit just now, by the way. Anyways, I'll leave the video off on this. I really hope that you guys have been taking care of yourself. I really hope that you've surrounded yourself with people that care about you and love you. I really hope, more than anything, that your friends and the people that are closest to you are not people that take advantage of you. They're not people that abuse your trust. They're not people that use anything that you've ever told them against you. And I hope that they never hurt you. I hope that you're staying healthy, eat good food, stay away from microplastics. The sun is good for you. Don't stay inside too much. Social media is very bad for your health. I know it's ironic that I'm putting videos out online, but my hope is that for every single person that watches one of my videos, even if it's just one person that watches my videos, they see it, they get something from it, and hopefully it makes their life better to the point where they don't feel the need to rely on social media to heal or to fix or to fill some void inside of them that cannot be solved with social media. So, have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever time of the day it is. Have a wonderful rest of your night, if it's nighttime. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!